Should I bring my kid to my marriage-based green card interview? Hi, I'm Jim Hacking, immigration lawyer practicing law throughout the United States out of our offices in St. Louis, San Diego, and Washington, D.C. In today's video, we're going to talk about that pesky question about whether or not it's a good idea to bring your child to a green card interview, a green card based on marriage. And there are pros and cons to this approach. Now, of course, the best marital evidence that there is, bar none, is the fact that the couple has had children. So there's a good argument to be made that the child themselves are the best examples of the bona fides, the good faith nature of the marriage. In other words, if you're having children, that suggests that you got married for love, that you're procreating, that you're building a life together, and that you're even having children together. There really can be no better evidence of that. But that does not necessarily mean that you should bring your child to the green card interview. And I'm here to say that I don't think you should. I think you're better off not bringing the child. And here's why. Let's run a common scenario, something that we've seen many times. A spouse brings their child, the U.S. citizen, and themselves to their green card interview, and it's the three of them. Let's say the child is 3 years old, and at first the kid's playing with their phone, they're playing with their iPad, they're reading a magazine, they're coloring, whatever, but then they start acting up during the interview. If everybody's sitting in the room with the officer, that's going to make it hard for the officer to conduct the interview, and the officer might get frustrated. So just the fact that the officer might get frustrated is a reason in and of itself not to bring the child to the interview. But even more so, if that child does act up and the kid has to go sit outside in the waiting room, guess what's going to happen? One of the parents is going to have to go sit with them, which means that the other parent is going to be left in the officer's office to answer their questions. And here's where trouble lies. In other words, you are going to buy yourself a Stokes interview if you bring your child to the green card interview. And a Stokes interview, for those of you who don't know, it's where they separate the couple and they ask them questions to see if the marriage is indeed valid. Now, this will not happen every single time. This will not always be the case, especially if it's a relatively straightforward case. But if there's any question about the validity of the marriage, bringing a child is going to mean that they're going to ask lots of questions for you and lots of questions for your spouse, and they're going to see if they match. In other words, nothing good happens from having one part of the couple go sit outside with the kid. You just never know how a case can get off track. You never know how the answers may or may not match up. So I don't know why you would do that. I think you're much better off bringing tons of evidence of the child, but not the child themselves. Now, if it's a very, very small infant, and at the most, one of the parents is going to have to rock the baby or carry the baby or nurse the baby, that's okay. But if they're anything where the kid can be running around or climbing or screaming, I think that's going to be a definite no in my book. I would strongly suggest that you don't bring your kid for the reasons that I just said. So if you're looking for help with the marriage-based green card case or any kind of green card case, and you want to talk to us about maybe hiring our firm, give us a call at 314-961-8200. Email us info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. You can also join us in our Facebook group. It's called Immigrant Home. We'd love to have you join us there. We go live in there and on our YouTube channel, which you can subscribe to. We go live in both of those places 3 or 4 times a week, where I'm talking about the immigration matters of the day and also answering as many immigration law related questions as possible. We'd love to have you join us there on the Immigration Answers show. Finally, if you're not following us on TikTok, you should, at immigrationhacking.com. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time.